Greetings, one and all. Welcome back into our little blind reaction series to check out the world of darkness. Specifically, Brew Alphabuza's Norfolk Wizard game. For those who've been with us before, you've seen exactly the kind of stuff we talk about. You need to go and watch and react to. And for extra fun, just so y'all can see, check it out. I got the Brew Alphabuza merch.
With the signature M and the W. Oh,
Yeah.
also, somehow, I always suspected I'm on top of the relationship here.
Oh my. Oh jeez. uh, but yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
next time, if you want to transfer that image over to right above you.
Well,
Oh, wait, it should be this way. I forgot there's a mirror effect with this thing.
I know. I know. Oh well. Uh, yeah. Such fun. Of course, don't forget, the link to the video we're reacting to is in the description for those of you watching on YouTube. And also the link to their channel. Please give them support. Support the creators of the series. It is awesome. Full of comedy, full of drama, full of intrigue, full of mystery, and other shenanigans.
Quote Marcus Aurelius. Are you not entertained? With this guy, we are.
That's an understatement of the century. Especially as we love to jump into the world of darkness. This is more the wizarding angle, and yes, we will be possibly talking smack on Harry Potter, but just because the simple fact of the wizards in this series would trump Potter any day of the week.
Well, not only that, but apparently Snape has always been a black man.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe. Yeah, I'm just sitting here like, I know he's a fictional character and all, but I shake my head. There's some points of you keep to the original story. I know a whole lot of people don't like J.K. Rowling, but you all enjoy her content, so you support at least some facet of her. So it's hard to break that reality.
So there's a million other people trying to get the same kind of effort.
Either way, let's see. Last time we did a reaction to this, the four player characters had met, and the one who'd been orchestrating their meeting, as well as bringing them into the fold, he's pulled them together to, I believe, explain the situation to them and help them understand a little bit more about the new reality they found themselves in.
Indeed, as the title explains, 1 hour of mage propaganda.
Yeah, that's at least on the little image you look at when you're selecting the video. For me, looking at the video already loaded in, so I can skip through the first ad. The ape traffic head explosion incident. That just makes me laugh automatically because I know how crazy that monkey is.
Well, the dialogue is heavily Douglas Adams or Sir Terry Pratchett here. They're two renowned satirical authors who never take the material seriously, yet tell a semi-serious story. As someone who's been well-read and also an eminent aspiring author, one can't help but admire that original effort.
True enough there. And I'm working on my own authoring, too. I mean, so many projects in my brain. Which one's going to make it out first? Alright. Without further ado, I'm going to start us off. I'm going to start it up. And I'm going to rewind to 0 seconds so everyone can hear the exact word. But luckily there's enough of a delay with you. So 3, 2, 1, play.
Last time on Mage the Ascension, a group of debonair and frequently dead mages found their way to each other, at last uniting our mages in one location. Chaos quickly followed, our differing party members having no idea what the hell was happening, all of that until mysterious Marvolo the Magnificent arrived. Thereafter, he promised an explanation. He opened the front door to the antique store to this strange purple velvet parlor, where he promised to at last explain everything.
As we've been introduced to Hunter the
Parenting.
No, not Hunter the Parenting, the OG title.
Oh, Hunter the
Reckoning, the Vampire the Masquerade, now an explanation further into Mage the Ascension, more so than what I've already provided.
Yeah, I still can't wait till we do our own actual play of VTM. That's gonna be good fun.
Was that not real?
While the intro is loading, I will briefly examine the comments section. From Nel Rashido. Did you know that in Mage the Ascension, Santa Claus is real? He's the marauder mage in the world of darkness named Mr. Nicholas, whose quiet manifest as a delusion that the world is a generally good and happy place, and furthermore, that this is the best of all possible universes. He's a former celestial chorus mage of considerable age and power who turned marauder sometime in the 16th century, and may in fact be the second most powerful of all marauders after Medea. However, he's so ridiculously blatant that the consensus of reality inevitably blasts him out of reality. What happens when a marauder gets too high in paradox levels? They just get ejected from reality itself, until he comes back and does it again like Christmas.
Yeah, interesting. Some people come up with some pretty awesome comments in the comments section.
Well, you already are familiar with the ever-expansive 15 dictionary length lore of Warhammer, no?
Yeah. And now...
This is no different.
Yeah. Except we're exploring this series. Both of us blind. We know nothing about this. Bring me glue!
Well, I'm interested in hearing their take upon this, because again, I'm more familiar with this than you are.
That's an understatement. But you haven't seen any of these new videos. Which makes it so much better to see your blood reaction.
We cut to our cabal of mages. The door opens. A waft of lavender perfume and the smell of faintly burning incense comes
That
at
dog
you
is
all at
Tug
once. Around you, beautiful velvet and satin curtains, and a large, intricate, and almost gothic-looking table with well-crafted individual chairs laid out.
There's a picture of
wall.
a dog smoking in the background.
Crystal ball sits in the middle.
That's my
Of
reference.
course,
Old
the
meme,
largest chair
2010s.
Marvolo takes for himself.
And it's a
Well, my
before
friends,
then.
feel free to make yourself comfortable. We can have refreshments or other assorted snacks. Does anyone have a particular flavor or taste on the mind or menu?
Do you have any white wines?
White wines. Well, that can be arranged quite quickly. Anyone else?
Water's fine.
Sportsman.
Good, thank you.
You got something a little harder? I'm running on empty for about
Oofda.
48 hours now.
I suppose something like that could be arranged. Perhaps a Crown Royale. Let's see to it. He claps his fingers twice. I said snaps his fingers. Jesus. Claps his fingers doesn't make any sense. Snaps your fingers doesn't make sense.
Slip of the tongue. I mean, technically you get to go.
I'm having a stroke. He dies, and you all died here, and that's the end of it.
Directed by Robert B. Dewey.
Yeah, he begins spy crabbing in front of you all. No, Marvolo quickly claps his hands twice, and these mysterious white gloves just emerge from behind these curtains, and they come out bearing these trays, one of which
He's
has
a
a
good invisible
decanter
man.
with a clear white wine, and the other is just a straight-up bottle of Crown Royale, both delivered to you alongside glasses. Water is, of course, quickly delivered to you in much of the same manner. Well, now that refreshments are procured, I'm sure you all have quite a few questions. I'm willing to take the most burning ones first before I go into my diatribe. I do want to make sure that you're paying attention. Try not to drink too much.
I have seen many people do many strange things. However, I can't entirely place what it is that you can do.
Well, I do the same thing that many of us do. I am, as you may know, a wizard. I hail from the houses of Hermes. I have perfected my own arcane arts over years and years of tutelage and study. And I have trained no small amount of apprentices in my tenureship.
Forgive my ignorance, but what is the House of Hermes?
An excellent question. The houses of Hermes, the Order of Hermes, are the foremost arcane institution that still exists in this world. They are the scions of the original rulers of, essentially, the planet. Many mystical traditions claim to be the eldest, but none are as accomplished as the many houses of Hermes.
Is it safe to assume that you've achieved tenure then?
That's putting it lightly.
In a manner of speaking. Now, your interest in the Order of Hermes is most welcome, but you all have undoubtedly had quite a spectacular few days. I'm willing to hear any specifics you may have, any questions, concerns.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Marvolo.
Why, I'll hear it most happily.
Yeah, so how come throughout the entirety of the last, I want to say, month or so, what I've been seeing you guys down at the shelter at, why is it that you never really told me that I was actually working with magic?
Samson, for the longest time, you've been focusing your attention on sports and athleticism, and that makes you an excellent recruitment target in the House Flambeau. But your myopia, your stubbornness, I sense that forestalled your awakening. And as such, you couldn't be made privy to our deeper secrets.
Fascinating.
This follow-up question will definitely be about the game.
What?
Very.
So you're thinking that if I've suddenly figured out that magic exists, that I'm going to suddenly drop everything and throw my lot in with the first person that offers me, aside from you?
Actually, it's the fear that you wouldn't that kept us closed off. There's a war going on.
Uh-huh. Care to elaborate on that one?
Oh, happily. In fact, that's half the reason why I've been able to corral all of you, because as young mages you deserve to know of this, and if left to your own devices, no doubt you will be swept about by the first enterprising individual to come along. No, far better it be someone more
Enterprising
responsible
indeed.
like me, old sport. I'd like to paint you all now a story.
Here we go.
Fun time.
Long ago in the distant past, magic floated freely throughout the societies of Earth. Wise wizard kings would advise the champions and monarchs of their time that dragons could roam the mountain tops, satyrs could be found within the woods, and the world was a world of wonder and joy. Until there was a great change. A series of mages obsessed with control at the time called themselves the Order of Reason. They brought this reason by cannonade, by musket shot, by the sword. They brought war to the mystic world. This Order of Reason, as they call it, now known as a Technocratic
There it is.
Union,
The
set about
Technocratic
seeking
Union.
abject control
Pause.
over the people of Earth, over
Paused at 9:56.
The Technocratic Union are coinciding with the Pentex group that I've illustrated to you in the past.
And for those who watched our Hunter the Parenting of chapter 5.1, that's who that one business guy belonged to. People who pretty much use technology as means to pretty much control the world. In a more
Well, the
devastating...
lore is a bit more complex than that, but right now you're just exploring surface level concepts and premises, which is as much as this team is willing to introduce us into,
At this stage.
and allow us to dig into the rest.
Yeah. Which I know you definitely have a fun time doing that for the actual play. And something tells me you're going to want to have the entire jigsaw puzzle before you get started.
To elucidate more on the Technocratic Union, he did mention that they are one of the many different orders that existed. They go as far back as 1325, and thankfully I am in possession of something called White Wolf Wiki, where it's the Wikipedia of the entire World of Darkness lore.
Nice.
And after examining the page thoroughly, here we go. Their slogan, "One World, One Truth, One Order," has many critics. The first among them is the Rogue Council, who accuse a technocracy of espousing blind dogma in order to further their control. There are many technocratic masters pulling the strings who have their own petty agendas, who have lost sight of the everyday world, and who follow the centuries-old protocols and procedures that have been handed down, all without questioning whether such actions are right or just. Rather than allowing sleepers to choose for themselves, it crushes competing paradigms that grow too influential, including independent scientific discoveries, alternate versions of government, and radical economic theories. Many of its social and economic technologies are not based on scientific principles at all, but on premises it itself created to propagate the methods of control. Alas, after that complex lore as time unfolded for that time and forward. Yeah, I repeated that twice. Here are some of their degrees. They're psych ops. 1. Indoctrination. 2. Submission. 3. Suspicion. 4. Ostracism. 5. Pacifism. 6. Conspiracy. 7. Alliance. 8. Rejection. 9. Devotion. And 10. Reverence.
Fascinating.
That it is. It was suspected that the businessman himself was part of the Technocratic Union due to his deploying that little cell phone like a wizard wand.
Yeah.
That aside, we have diverted enough. Let's
All right.
return to the
3,
material here.
2, 1, play.
the human beings, the mortals, the sleepers. They call them the masses these days.
Is it safe to assume that this technocracy has been a homogenizing force?
Oh, indeed. You might be aware of some disparate aspects of the Technocratic Union. The New World Order leads them. And they, with their 4 other conventions and their countless contrasting organizations, will not rest until magic has been completely stamped out from the world. In its place, enlightened science. They seek to make a utopia, but in truth, they are making a tyranny.
So it's true. The NWO, it's all real.
Oh, yes, indeed.
I knew it. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. The aliens, it's all real.
No, I'm sorry, aliens aren't real.
What?
Man, what the fuck are you talking about? The NWO's a wrestling organization.
Wait. Hold on. I'm just trying to get a beat on what exactly is going on here, because you're really the only person that's approached us about any of this crazy magic bullshit that's happening. I mean,
The most normal one of the group.
Yeah.
how do we know you have the full story, or that you're telling us the full story?
Well, in time, you'll have plenty of chances to discover it for yourself. In the interim, I just ask that you trust me. After all, I could be lying to you, and you could at some point come around and attempt to undo the work I've done here. But for now, you can at least trust that my main concern is ensuring you are not abducted by this union. As for if you can trust my story, there are 9 mystic traditions within our organization. If you'd like, you can seek out our peers and see what they have to say.
Traditions?
What are these?
Well, I could explain each of them to you, and I will summarily in quick order, but it's best that you hear from themselves what exactly they represent. After all, not all of us can become wizards. Chances are not all of you have the capacity.
Jesus, this is a lot.
All of it is a lot.
I
Yeah,
guess.
the whole world is.
How many other people here in fucking Norfolk know what's going on with all of this? I mean, is it normal for 4 people to, what did you call it, awaken all at the same time?
No, it's not.
Oh. Is that a problem?
Perhaps for you.
Shit.
Here's the situation, and I will explain the different
Her
traditions
reaction was
shortly.
priceless.
You see, when a mage casts magic, unless you are slavishly devoted to the paradigm of consensus as our friends in the technocratic union, you will have to be abutting against reality as it is perceived by the vast majority of human beings. And as you may be able to attest, up until a few days ago, I would wager that the thought that magic could exist was about as alien a thought to you as the seas being made out of ice cream.
More or less. I did have a... My grandma was into all the, like witchy stuff, but I kind of thought it was more superstition than kind of a hard practice.
Precisely. Most people, for instance, in the United States are Christian. But if you were to suddenly have the second coming of Christ occur in the middle of downtown Manhattan, I guarantee you that even these Christian people would be surprised and agog. It would change their lives. To that end, all magic must occur against or alongside this consensual reality state.
1425.
Happy coincidence, me and Red are Christians, and therefore, that you probably are wondering, why are we delving into this kind of entertainment then? Doesn't it go against everything that you teach? Well, simple. We're grounded in the actual spiritual reality more so than any other religion in existence. Because they themselves hold a pattern about man earning his way to the afterlife. Whereas for us, in its core of tenets, God instead comes to us on account of what happened during the garden. Anything further, I would direct you to our Bible studies as we cover that from cover to cover.
Yep.
So for now, we are also nerds, dorks, and socially awkward men at times. But we tend to have habits inclined towards said tendencies, but games most particularly. For me, it'll be this and video games, and also some homebody hobbies. Red, well, he's already illustrated enough about what he does on the side that keeps us relatively sober, more so than the rest of the world.
In more
That
ways
aside.
than one.
But his example is a good one because nobody lives with the mindset that Christ could return at any given point in time. And that's partially why Christianity has been lackluster of late, just because we have become accustomed to the cage of comfortableness when we were called to be something else. Yet, here I am, criticizing myself hypocritically, no different than anyone else in a similar situation. Such is our permanent fallibility.
Yeah. Just because we're Christians don't mean that we believe we're better than everyone else, that we're more holy than everyone else. No. That's not how it
Imperfect
works.
best, lead by example, salt of the earth, light of the darkness. We're the fifth gospel, basically.
Yep.
With that, press play.
3, 2, 1, go.
That means that when you break that consensual reality state, there are consequences. The most benign of which are that if you don't cover your tracks, anyone looking for magic can find you. And when you awaken, perhaps you all would have recognized this. You have a brief spark where you have all of the powers of the most enlightened and potent of mages at your disposal. The full breadth of your potential in that instant is available at your fingertips. And if you were fortunate, perhaps you felt it. The issue is that when that occurs, it's a bit like setting off a bomb in a building. Anyone passing by can see the smoke.
Uh-huh. And who is exactly ratting on people would cast magic out in the open? Someone's got to do that, right? Or is you telling me reality itself is a cop?
Reality itself can be a cop, but many cops are under the thrall of the Technocratic Union.
What of magical objects, though? You talk about there being a consensus reality and it not being able to exist alongside such alterations. But are there not magical objects? How is this rectified?
That's an excellent question, my boy.
Indeed.
You see, magical objects are, in some ways, far less able to be ruined by paradox. I realize I hadn't explained that yet, but bear with me. When you cast magic in a place that is perhaps a bit too aligned with the natural world, it is referred to by the Order as vulgar magic. This vulgar magic rebels against the assumptions of the world around you, and when it does, it accrues a force known as paradox. Paradox is reality attempting to correct your permutation. Sometimes it manifests in ill fortune, other times in far more dramatic means. In all cases, it makes your lives more difficult, and in the worst case, can completely ruin you. Magical objects
Reality
are also
police.
subject to paradox, but they are, depending on their nature, more able to pass underneath the yoke of it. After all, an ancient tablet could, to a sleeper, simply be an old antique. Only when its power is used, ideally in a spot that is aligned with its nature, would it be able to be used safely. But many of our friends in the Society of Ether are capable of making large mechanical monstrosities that are subject to their own forms of awakened might.
But wait, so if magical objects are sort of conditionally active, well, what about things that aren't supposed to exist? Bill, you saw an alien, right? We saw spiders in the internet. I saw a fucking vampire, and none of that spontaneously exploded because people don't believe in vampires or falling into the internet or aliens.
Yeah. You mean to tell me that watching a little gray man shoot lightning out of his fingers or turn my friend into a tesseract and then explode? You mean that's not against the convention? That's just the world as it is? Flying saucers? Monkeys?
Well, hold on a moment. Monkeys do exist, Bill.
Okay, but yes, monkeys do exist, but not that one. That one's a bit different.
Well, I can't speak to all the experiences that you had. Some supernatural beings are less subject to the realm of consensus. We as mages are. Other forces, such as dragons, are.
Dragons?
The fucking dragons are real, but not aliens? What the fuck?
Well, dragons are real, but they can't exist on this planet for very long.
Oh, good God.
They have been one of the first casualties of the Technocratic Union's advancing paradigm. But other creatures, such as vampires or even werewolves, they are able to maintain their existence irrespective of the rules of paradox, and this is because their potential is linear. Us as mages, we have the capacity to make virtually anything you can dream of possible. Our powers, unlike those of the vampire, they are uncapped. We have limitless potential, and that threatens reality. As such, reality seeks to course correct for us. As for vampires, they follow very particular rules. They cannot come out when the sun rises. They must feed on the blood of others. Their mechanics are grounded in a different sort of understanding. As for the true nature of the difference between them and us, that's an academic understanding, my boy. That is something
Pause.
for the scholars. I myself
Paused in 1957.
As for vampires, they follow rather particular rules. The mechanics are grounded in a different sort of understanding. As for the true nature of the difference between them and us, that's an academic understanding. According to one of the top comments here by Freelancer the 2561, it took me a few seconds to realize this is a flowery way of saying vampires are in a different rule book.
I was gonna say something along those lines. Yeah, that is a good flowery way of saying it. It's almost like if someone found some way of having a flowery way in one of the 40K tabletop games, where it's like, why can I not use this Blood Raven's this Blood Angel's weapon? Wrong codex. What? You're a space wolf. Oh. How come the Blood Ravens can? We don't talk about that.
Well, additionally, and I got put on fixation glasses and have buck teeth and just go, actually.
Oh, jeez. If you actually did that as a cosplay, dude, that would be nuts.
No, I got two different cosplays in mind, both of which I could probably do under the budget. But for the second, I might need a 3D printer to create a MASH mask. M-A-C-H-E. I'll get to that eventually. In the meantime, Wolsey, welcome to our reaction.
Yep. Welcome to the Blind React. Welcome to the Blind React.
Reaction. I was trying to figure out why everything was so quiet for a while. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. We switched over
Go on to
to
Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah. Come on to Twitch or YouTube and enjoy the content of what we're reacting to.
Just send me the video so I can watch it with you.
Just click on the link, click onto the Discord, go down to announcements, and click on one of the two links on the most recent post.
The recent post.
Yeah,
Okay.
on announcements. I try to make
With that
this
in
sound as
mind,
simple as I can. I don't always succeed.
I'm quite familiar with flowery dialogue, along with any and all forms of legalese, scholarly language, and government talk.
Mm-hmm.
Soft language, as George Carlin had put it. That aside, press play.
3, 2, 1.
myself do not specialize in that particular differentiation.
Woof.
I have a hypothetical question for you.
Very good.
You mentioned
Suspicious.
that the ability to change reality is dependent upon consensus reality. If it were possible to alter people's understanding and perception of the world, could that consensus be changed to allow this magic to become the consensus?
You are an intelligent boy, Parker.
Ooh.
Because that is exactly how this war I had discussed is waged.
His element is prime.
You
His
see,
highest level of prime
The
can
technocratic
determine
union has a
reality itself
stranglehold over
and
reality
bypass
as it
the
exists,
dungeon
but
master.
if it were in true victory, our world would be
Hence his
even
question.
more dire
Agreed.
and dystopian than it already is. And we would also have
That's
far
why it's called
nicer cars.
Prime.
No. You see, The war for consensual reality, that is what we call the Ascension War. It is a conflict between ourselves, the Technocratic Union, and several others, for the soul of humanity, for the custodianship to allow universal ascension, to hopefully one day make every man and woman that walks the face of the earth awakened in their own right, to truly realize the potential of mankind. And in order to fight that battle, the sleepers must be swayed. They must believe the impossible is possible. Even the Technocratic Union attempts this.
With all due respect, based on the way you've been describing it, it kind of sounds like you guys are losing.
Some believe this, and I won't lie to you. The power and might of the technocracy has become unfathomable. They are a juggernaut, well articulated, well directed. It is true. We are on the downslide of the Ascension War. But we have not lost. Oh no. Oh no.
That's all for the underdogs.
For as long as wonder exists, we cannot have lost. And so we fight.
Okay. So you're on the losing side of things and you want us on your side.
Well, of course.
I don't know if it's a losing battle or not, but we're definitely being drafted on the back foot just because. What? Accident? Coincidence?
If he wanted us to simply join him, I doubt that he would be presenting his side in such dire terms.
Oh, that is true. Some of the less reputable members of my order would have you believe, hell, not even the traditions exist. They might only tell you of the Order of Hermes. I recognize that you're all young people with limitless potential, but like it or not, that very same potential means that at some point you will have to pick a side. You will have to find where in this struggle you fall under. And I believe it is in your best interest to find that side within the 9 traditions.
Heart
And I got a
disease,
51-second
high
ad.
blood pressure, type 2 diabetes.
This is probably
Any
making it
thoughts
harder.
so far?
Well, Alicia, I got too much going on to quit again.
I know we can
So
double your
much
chances
fun
at quitting
going
this time.
on.
Call 1-800.
By the way, Mosley, I see your comment in our
Have
stream
you ever
on
heard
YouTube.
of 1-800-GOT-JUNK?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the junk removal company. All
Yeah.
you have to do is
Yep.
By all means, it's a super
As
Watch
chat.
it.
someone
We
who
add
leaves
loud
your
of
front door
super
gives
chat.
off that first
Yeah.
impression, I love seasonal doormats, but they can add up fast. I saw one online that I loved. Welcoming, seasonal, exactly my style, but way
Arrived
overpriced.
at
So I grabbed my Cricut to
23.34.
recreate the look for under $10.
23.34.
That's why I love my Cricut. I don't have
Yeah,
to
sounds
miss out on
like
what brings me
a
joy.
before
I
Next
could refresh my
Generation
home
year.
anytime without blowing my budget. So if you're
Star
ready to stop overpaying for
Trek.
the little things, head to
Dun,
Cricut.com to
dun.
get started.
Welcome to Top Heroes. It all starts with a small fire. No rushing, no shortcuts.
You see,
23:35.
I'm at 34, but feel free to play in 3, 2, 1.
by having the ability to affect
You in
reality
charge
as
on
we
it this
mages
time,
do, inevitably, how you choose to use it will define your tenure as a mage. And it is a poor mage that hides in their corner, in their cave, or in their tower, and nary expects to affect the outside world. I believe that you have an obligation to use your might to benefit the world.
A reasonable offer. However, there is the immediate concern that we all have only awoken and you found us almost immediately. How much longer until someone from the technocracy finds us as well? And how will they feel that you have visited us first?
Oh, chances are the Technocratic Union is already searching for you. It's certainly searching for you, Bill. I had to pull quite a few strings to ensure that they didn't find you.
I was surprised they didn't.
Oh boy.
Oof. So that was what you were talking about?
Yeah, they pulled up
Pause.
to my apartment. They probably would have nabbed.
Paused at 24:43.
Recall Bill's avatar,
Mm-hmm.
the Strange Squatch. And no, Marvolo is not the strange squatch. The avatar itself within a sleeper's awakening is unique particularly to them themselves.
Uh-huh.
In this case, with Bill's alignment with correspondence, that it is associated with connection. And symbolically, strains is one such thing.
Yeah. Which they held on to as those bugs on the internet were chasing after them in the previous chapter. So much.
And I'll read from this one comment before we proceed. The other Ghost Girl 337. Dig self out a hole. You can taxidermy a spider. If it's big enough, you very carefully stuff the exoskeleton with cotton and pin it.
Fascinating.
The more you know.
Yep. Because knowledge is power.
And useless at times.
Not always. Just it has its points where it's useful.
Look at us nerds.
It's so great to be a nerd. It's great to be a nerd. Tolkien was a genius and Shakespeare was a turd. I grew up listening to that song a little bit.
Got me laughing my ass off over here.
Yeah, you're not exactly welcome to the fold yet. You get to hear about your nerdy interests.
Ooh.
I plead the fifth.
As far as I'm concerned, your only nerdy interest is games, and that we have in common.
Yeah. That is true. That is quite true.
True, but I will be the undaunting, the unfathomable.
That
The
or I
most-
cast reverse adolescence.
I cast steel testicles.
I cast 3-inch kidney stone followed by the power word. Piss.
Wasn't it 6-inch?
Either way,
And a footnote, for this reaction, I do have a list of Geneva Convention spells
I cast
of the first world kind. Let's see if I can't mention a few additions to the list.
Oh dear. Fasten your safety belts, cleanse your buttons. It's about to be a bumpy ride.
Okay, here's just one before we proceed on with the reaction. I cast full sink of dishes.
I hate you.
Motherfucker.
See what I mean?
Oh, jeez.
With that, press play.
3, 2, 1.
If I'd stayed around just a few seconds longer.
And for that, you have partially me to thank. I have some expertise in the entropic sphere. I was able to pull the strings to ensure that fate would have us all meet. If you've experienced any extraordinary coincidences, if you found yourself suddenly here.
Pause at 2506.
Okay, they do. Allow me to search briefly of what the entropic field is all about.
Yeah. The sphere of the entropic. Ugh.
When in doubt, we have technology.
Yeah, as long as the Technocratic Union don't mess with things.
Okay. Mages whose avatars favor entropy tend to have primordial essences. An entropic quiet is called... let's see. Entropy, sometimes called oblivion, is 1/3 of the metaphysic trinity, alma dynamism and stasis, the force of destruction, decay, and death, but also represents purification, at least in its ideal application, and eventually the possibility of regrowth and rebirth. The worm is one negative aspect of entropy. The exact relationship isn't quite clear. Regardless of the exact relationship, the concept has been corrupted in many instances by the sadomasochistic insanity of the worm. Beyond that, some other references here don't reveal much. Let's see, just regular entropy. Here we go. Entropy, known as fortune among some during the capital R Renaissance, one of the 9 spheres of magic. What it is mainly with the study of order, chaos, luck, and destiny. From the sphere comes the study of order and randomness, and thus the study of totally random creation and destruction. All things dissolve eventually into haphazard components, and similar events form from disjointed, unconnected patterns. Mages who study entropy often choose the path of either order or chaos. Students of order look into patterns, into the ways that events flow from one into the next, and to the means of which new things build on the old. And students of chaos study the dissolution of patterns, the destruction of matter, and the random elements that affect happenstance and probability. To utilize arc spheres of entropy, the mage has to realize that their fate is their own fault. This is far more complicated than accepting that one's fate is one's own. It involves the acceptance that every decision and every event in their life has shaped the mage, so that they, as a product of all these decisions, have no other choice but to act in this way, and that there is no escape for the consequences of existence. Afterwards, the fate has to accept that they cannot change fate, capital F fate, without changing fundamental aspects of themselves. Now you have a good glimpse into his own field.
Fun.
With that, press play.
3, 2, 1.
Here, without explanation, chances are it has something to do with the strings of fate I have plucked to keep you safe.
Is that how you managed to fix the store so quickly?
No, that was a different sphere entirely. That was my powers of matter.
You keep mentioning spheres. You've mentioned the 9. I understand that it would be best to hear the description from each of them, however, a rudimentary understanding would help in knowing which direction to go first at the very least.
Hold that thought point, Dexter. So, before you get into talking a whole bunch of shit about magical spheres and other kinds of crap like that, why don't you explain to me how the hell I pitched a ball to someone, it slammed into his chest and ruined my goddamn college career?
Is basketball one of the spheres?
No, basketball is not one of the spheres.
Basketball is a sphere, though.
It is a sphere.
Shut your yaps.
It's like I've told you. You awoke during your basketball game. You caused the sphere to transmute. More than likely, that speaks to some affinity of yours. You may have some power over the inanimate objects that make up creation. You may be a potential alchemist at some point down the line.
Tiger, burning bright.
As for how it manifested, you must have
You
felt
know,
some
it's always the alchemist
extreme
you don't
pressure,
see
or
who gets you.
perhaps exceptionally strong emotion. I really can't say how or why or what happened to you, but it was your awakened magic choosing to reveal itself at that time. Have you not been visited by your avatar?
I don't even know what the hell that is, but you mean to sit there in your big fancy damn chair and you mean to tell me to my fucking face that not only was me throwing that out there and getting that kid a fucking pirate's dream and then getting kicked out of college so I could now pursue this business with you. And not even with you. I had to go to Winnie to hear it firsthand, and I had to deck some punk in the chin to figure that out. You mean to tell me that you didn't plan that? That just happened to be how it worked out? You mean for me to buy that?
Samson, if I could plan out your life, I wouldn't have had you ruin your basketball career yesterday. I would have ruined it 3 months ago.
Ugh.
No, I didn't plan it. In fact, I was beginning to lose some hope in you, dear boy. You took quite a while to bloom, despite my ministrations. Fortunately, it seems like that wasn't an issue. As to why all 4 of you awakened so close together, that's
No
a
metagaming.
mystery I have yet to solve. But it is unusual.
Apologies for taking a step back, but Avatar, is that the spirit that I spoke to?
Ah, it's a spirit to you, is it? Yes, indeed. Each mage has a guardian of sorts, something called an avatar. This avatar is the embodiment of your own awakened potential. No doubt you've all had experience with some strange entity or event or even a theme. It could be as subtle as a color.
Paused at 28:39.
Thankfully, as I briefly looked at the comment section for hilarious lines to share live, so one of these people has stated something hilarious.
Oh?
Okay. A mage's avatar can be as simple as a color, from Endless Nocturne 4141. Oh my goodness, Civil's avatar isn't a doppelganger, it's Salsa Verde.
I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna give you that one.
And while you get that out of your system, I read out loud the other comments. Someone's like, "Oh my God, La Mao, no, no!" Civil could probably be annoyed or bemused. For those who've seen past reactions, you'll understand well why he laughs.
Seriously, go back. If you get a chance, go back over our blood reactions. Find the one where it was Sybil's introduction story. Oh, you will understand why. Falling over laughing so much. Salsa Verde is your guardian angel. Great, that's all. Get it, though I need it, eh?
And even though it was somewhat dark in her awakening, it was slightly green, so there's that.
Talk about green flag.
If only, in the city of flesh of hers. Nonetheless, pressing play.
Hold on.
Just to make sure we got the same time frame, you're at 28:41, no?
28:39.
Close enough.
Yeah, hold on. I'm having a... Wipe my eyes and they're burning now. I wonder if some of the Serrano from my dinner managed to stay onto my hands somehow, even though I've washed my hands several times today. Since I finished messing
That would
with
make your reaction difficult now, would it? A damp wet cloth could help you out as well. So if you want, take a small moment in order to fetch that
I'm gonna
solution.
go take care of that real quick, chat. Ultimately, will keep you entertained in the meantime.
What? No, too much responsibility.
I shall return.
You got it.
Hi, Mom. Just to start with. And Fred, that's the causality of everything we see here, that eventually our parents would find out exactly what we've been up to. Am I wrong?
Yeah, if you have parents like that.
Well, mind you, I'm not exactly a golden child, yet even so, my parents still stuck with each other for since 1983. That's saying something.
Yeah, that's saying a lot.
The old school marriage to where if there's a problem or something, they would fix it rather than make it worse.
Yep.
And thankfully, my kid sister would have an example to follow. Though technically, while I'm thinking about it, the way my kid sister is being raised by both my parents, she's basically a female Peter Parker.
Okay, welcome. I'm back. That is definitely a interesting way to describe your kid sister's upbringing. Hopefully
Well, she's 6 going on 7 this year. No, I am not deploying that meme. Shut up.
I I don't get what meme he's referring to there.
I shan't go into that any further than after the stream. Moving on.
All right.
Yeah, Kid Sister, female Peter Parker. When that realization hit me when I first thought of it, it's like, okay, half of my nerd self is delighted and the other half is terrified.
Next thing you know, she's going to deal with a spider, and next thing she's going to shut you up with a whip blast.
Rather than shut me up, she would rather swing me around like one of those slingshots.
Oh, jeez.
But then again, she's a girly girl, so odds are she'll never pursue that tomboyish effort. But that would be subtle and downright petty.
You'd be surprised.
Famous last words.
You'd be surprised where it's going to go. I mean, you could end up. You could have a girly girl who's still plenty a tomboy, or a nerd. You never know until they develop. You can't judge the ending of this. You can't judge the middle of the story by just reading the beginning.
Well, for now, the regular appearance is no different than what's that one fictitious girl's name? She lived in one of those high rises in uptown New York State. Eloise, I think. Where it's just a common shirt, pair of pants, and a ballerina tutu.
50 Shades of question marks are over my head.
Nonetheless, let's carry on.
3, 2, 1, play.
In some Magi. This will be your guide through your own journeys as mages. You will have a mentor, of course, and that will be there to service you on the material plane. But your own enlightened journey, that is for you and the Avatar. It is a part of you, but also not. Some theorize they could be the spirits of former mages. Some believe they are carried with your soul throughout every reincarnation. The truth remains a mystery. But they're your friends, believe it or not.
To think I'm friends with Sasquatch. I never even knew it.
String Squatch.
Oh, okay. So you saw a Sasquatch. You saw a spirit. I saw a silhouette in a window. Either that or it was the vampire, but I don't think that he was really a part of that.
Vampire, eh? Well, that's unfortunate.
Do you know who that is? Or what their deal is?
I'm not familiar with very many vampires, I hate to say. I'm more familiar with the destruction of vampires than the introduction of them.
Fair enough. And
what do these avatars want?
They want you to realize your potential. They want you to gain a greater understanding of the world, and ultimately they want you to ascend.
You've mentioned ascension multiple times. What is it precisely?
Now that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Dun, dun, dun.
What is ascension? If I had a succinct answer for you, I fear I wouldn't be trundling about in Norfolk, Virginia, dear boy. To attempt to answer your question, though, ascension is essentially the end point of a mage, of all magi. As awakened magi, all of you have become aware of truths that you might have otherwise discounted. You have come to know power beyond your wildest dreams. You have transcended the world of sleepers, what you were prior to your awakening. Now, you have the means to seize your true potential. The ultimate conclusion of that journey is, in effect, a second awakening. Once you have reached the zenith, ascension is all that remains. To move beyond this realm, to, well, we don't quite know. Divinity? Utopia? A higher layer of existence? Only the ascended know for sure. The path to ascension is not set, nor are its outcomes fully understood. But your avatars, the manifestation of your magic, they will drive you ever on that path, forward towards ascension.
By own take, you create a
Some stall on the
multiverse.
path. Some even reject it entirely.
Fun.
But to ascend is undoubtedly a wondrous and glorious thing. Perhaps you will understand in time. Perhaps I will as well.
All right. So, let's get back to the 9, what'd you call them, spheres? The 9 traditions? The 9 magic doodads?
Yes. Allow me to explain. There are indeed 9 widely accepted spheres of magic. And within the organization I represent, the Council of 9 Mystic Traditions, each of these traditions represent a particular sphere. To go into too much detail would be far too overwhelming for you at present, yet I feel I must furnish you with at least the basics. Should any seem like kindred spirits, I would encourage you to seek them out and learn from them. All traditions within our ranks are hallowed, noble, and just. Well, most of them anyway. I begin now with my tradition, the Order of Hermes. Greatest and first among the traditions, it was the Order of Hermes that first proposed the Council of 9, and it is we who have served as its oft unofficial leaders. Masters of high ritual magic, we of the Order follow in the example of Hermes Trismegistus and the will workers of yore. We are extremely disciplined, hierarchical, and exact in our pursuit of knowledge. Though we are divided internally into a myriad of houses, each of those houses produces wizards par excellence, for we seek nothing less than the perfection of the self and the tempering of the mortal to divine. But I get ahead of myself. Think of, let's say, robes and wizard hats. That should suit the contemporary vision well enough.
God, you're the Merlins. Sorry.
Indeed. Merlin, Grandolph, Dumbledore.
Don't tell me those guys are actually real.
Of course they aren't. Only
Dumbledore.
Merlin is real. Yes, it should also be noted that we represent the mightiest of the spheres. That of forces, the sphere of elements. Known to our order as the Ars Essentia, it is without equal in matters of combat. To call down lightning, to bend gravity to thy will, to invoke mighty fireballs, or shatter raging storms with a jet. That is the power of Hermes.
Gotta say, don't toot your horn too hard, pal.
Next, the Akashic Brotherhood, or Akashian. The ill-educated among the traditions might call them the Kung Fu guys. Whilst technically accurate for the practice of Do, a supreme martial art known only to their ranks, it's a gross oversimplification. The Akashic Brotherhood are as wise as they are fearsome, and not every brother is of pugilistic persuasion. They hold the seat of mind on the council, the sphere of thoughts and cognition that we Hermetics know as
Civil
Ars Mentis.
abilities.
With mind, one might bend thoughts,
Indeed.
shatter wills, and enhance one's own mind to lengths otherwise unimaginable. It is thought through deep meditation, the Akashics in some way can interface with their namesake, the Akashic Records.
The Akashic Records are real.
So I'm told. I was once led to believe that it was a means by which one could gauge and understand the impressions and thoughts of each living being on the Tellurian. Forgive the jargon. Creation. Earth, essentially. But I'd hate to spew misinformation on the subject, so I'll cease my prattling there. Instead, I shall go to our next tradition, the Celestial Chorus. These are Christian mages. A quaint concept, I know, but perhaps it'd be more apt to call them
In this particular world.
monotheists rather than Christians. The chorus, you see, are an amalgamation of multiple denominations and religions. And while these groups aren't famous for their friendship in the world of sleepers, here they are united by their belief that magic flows not from the self, but from a divine source. A source they've tenuously agreed to refer to as the One. They hold the seat of prime, the Ars Potentiae, the very power of quintessence. Many traditions have differing names and concepts of the substance. Mana, ki, to name but a few. But prime is the capacity to mold the underlying energies of creation to one's will. It is a subtle sphere. But without it, one could not conjure a fireball from the air, nor enchant a sword or spear. One could not draw power from a nexus of magic, or unbind the spells of another mage. All mages are better served with knowledge of Prime, and there are few better places to learn than from a chorister. Save for, perhaps, a hermetic. And now I shall discuss the cult of ecstasy.
Oh,
Hedonists, artists, masters of the realms of sensation. These individuals are an eclectic lot, often lacking in discipline and good manners, but don't be fooled by their affect. The ecstatics produce some of the most formidable sages and seers within the 9 traditions. Their sphere, time, is oft used to perceive the past, the future, and more formidably, control the ebb and flow of causality itself. Utilizing the ars temporis, one can halt time entirely, speed oneself to inhuman lengths, even travel between past and future. Though, do be warned, young magi, few survive a trip to the past, and fewer still emerge from the future unscathed in the rare moments they emerge at all. Now, on to the Dream Speakers, perhaps the most diverse tradition of all. Composed of soothsayers, folk magicians, and shamans from cultures the world over, the Dream Speakers are far less unified than even the Celestial Choir. Yet few can traverse the umbral realms with such alacrity. I see your confusion. Umbral realms. Those are spirit worlds. The Dream Speakers hold the seat of spirit, and utilizing their arts can not only form compacts with the essential beings that lie within, but even step sideways to their mysterious domains. Heavens, hells, and purgatories betwixt, these are the domain of the Dream Speaker. Bill, you may be surprised to hear that your outer space is merely an extension of the Umbra, and your aliens are but the spirits that reside in it.
The fuck? There's ghosts in space?
There's ghosts in space? There's in hell is real?
Well, I suppose in a manner of speaking. To my understanding, there are manifold hells that some poor souls find themselves trapped in. Usually, though, they're of their own subconscious making.
There's multiple ones?
Was Hellraiser a documentary?
You're gonna give the guy an aneurysm. Slow it down.
There are places darker, more dangerous than any hell. I shan't mention them here. Let us move on. And on the subject of darkness and death, who better to cover than the Euthanatoi? A grim and macabre sort, the Euthanatos concern themselves first and foremost with the custodianship of the Wheel of Fate. Specifically, those who endure in this world, shall we say, past their time. Those souls that stagnate, that seek to avert death or otherwise pollute the world, as they call it. The Euthanatos seek to bring an end to them and return them to the cycle of reincarnation. They are dangerous, unpredictable, and I can't recommend associating with them for very long. Their chosen seat is entropy, a suitably dreary element. Theirs is the magic of decay and death, but also luck and probability. Use of the Ars Fortunae allows one to shear away possibilities until only one remains. Thus, 1 in a million becomes commonplace around an entropy master. Still, they must take heed not to acquire too much of death's resonance. Jaw, it is called, and it has been the ruin of more than a few great magi.
Good to know that we're actually bumping shoulders with an actual death cult. That's good, yeah.
You'll come to find, Samson, that there are few things that cults can't emerge about.
And I got another
52nd
ad.
ad.
55.
It's a new chapter. You gotta have faith.
Time to briefly examine the comment section. From Mike FMS 20. I know I'm late. God, Speaker D has evolved so thoroughly as a V8 since the first appearance of TTS. It's amazing how he changes characters and moods at the tip of a hat. This got approved by Bruva himself.
Yeah. Nice.
paused on to 4122.
On to brighter matter.
4123.
Caught up with you now.
3, 2, 1, play.
The Society of Ether are technomancers and inventors who, on the whole, tend to weave an eccentric character. You see, as the Technocratic Union has enforced the paradigm of scientific thought, they have excised certain parts of it in the search for control. The Etherites are mainly made up of those thoughts that have been deemed too fantastical for the Union's ruthless and iron-fisted regime. From roboticists to atomic engineers to aeronauts that glide through the sky in extraordinary craft, these brave souls take the science of our oppressors and turn it into something wondrous and grand. Their seat of the traditions is matter, the raw stuff of creation.
Samson's element.
Often considered a more boorish speciality among magi, matter is not to be underestimated. With it, one can transmute lead to gold, water to wine, and even puppeteer the dead. After all, that without life is but inert matter. And on the subject of life, I suppose I might as well mention them. The Verbena claim to be the oldest tradition. They are not alone in this claim. Don't listen to those upstarts blindly. At any rate, those druids of the Verbena are practitioners of ancient witchcraft and run the gamut from harmless New Agers to fanatic primitivists. The Verbena embrace nature in all its forms and are oft aligned against the concept of civilization itself. Some are kind and dependable, joyous, harmonious, and at times even delightful. Others are decidedly less pleasant, extolling the virtuous cruelty of Mother Earth and celebrating only that which is fit enough to survive. Their sphere of life is well suited to their duality. The Ars Vitae might heal even the most dire of wounds. It can reshape one's body to be stronger, more agile, even to assume an animalistic or inhuman form. One might polymorph a dreaded foe into a harmless sheep, or spontaneously summon forth a legion of crabs from pure ephemera. That last one happened to me once. It really did. No one believes me, but it's true. Legions of crabs. Goodness, I was nursing my poor fingers for a week afterwards. Lastly, and most recent to join our council, are the virtual adepts. Like the Etherites, they fled the shadow of the technocracy when the desire for control outpaced the growth of their science. But unlike the Etherites, the adepts are decidedly modern. They specialize in the interwebs, as it's called. Perhaps you're familiar? The digital age, mass connectivity, etc., etc. Usually they're punkish, rude, and quite the rabble, if I'm being honest. Yet, it's important to keep one's pulse on the times, and few among our organization know this as much as those miscreant hacker cabals. Their sphere of correspondence reflects this notion, that of space, distance, and the interconnectedness of all things. Should one require a portal open, a spell cast over a large distance, or even to appear in many places at once, they must acquire a deep understanding of the Ars Conjunctionis. It was this sphere I used to bring you all here, in fact.
Is it safe to assume that correspondence would allow someone to move not just from physical space to physical space, but to another realm as well?
I've heard tell that the adepts utilize their chosen sphere to access the so-called virtual web. But for the most part, if you seek to travel betwixt dimensions, you really should seek out the use of the spirit sphere. Of course, a bit of both never hurt anyone, provided you take care not to grow too cavalier with the Tellurian's boundaries.
Messing with them boundaries sounds like a good way to get yourself sent to one of those hells you were talking about.
Very well said, Samson. We'll make a hermetic of you yet.
So, when we fell through the computer, that was correspondence?
As I said, it's quite possible. Or it could have been a matter of you stepping sideways. I'd
Where
explain
have
the
you heard that
particulars of
before?
traversing the gauntlet, but I feel that's a buzzword too far, and a lecture for another day.
I'm gonna look over at the monkey. Are you a virtual adept?
He looks up at you, monkey eyes, and then he reaches for the decanter of white wine while looking at you. And he takes it slowly. And then he just starts drinking it.
Is that animal cruelty? Is he allowed to do that?
I mean, he can use a gun. I think he can do whatever he wants.
Just as long as he's not doing both at the same time.
Just as long as he's not driving after this.
No, he doesn't drive. I do.
Yeah, you could have fucking fooled me.
Let me just really quickly roll monkey stamina.
Drunk monkey. The monkey rolled 3 10s. He rolled his liquor. Good God.
The monkey got a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, thanks to our popping dice mechanic. So the monkey is good. The monkey's barely even buzzed.
The guy's got fucking liver of depleted uranium. Terrific.
As this monkey is drinking the white wine that I was rather enjoying, Parker will look over at Samson. There are many artifacts that I suspect would be related to that sphere. I'm imagining that the spirit gates in Japan would be an example.
I can't help but feel you'd need to go to Japan and see for yourself on that. Any magic that transports you physically tends to rely on a healthy dose of correspondence there. Trains, for instance, are an excellent example of correspondence magic in action.
Really?
Have you heard of them? They tend to go chugga chugga, occasionally choo choo.
So, correspondence magic is a train.
Marvolo reaches down and he grabs the crystal ball and he holds it in his hand. Samson, why don't you try and take this from me?
Alright. He will attempt to do so.
You're not that far from Marvolo. You should be able to very easily take it. But as you do, it just gets distant from you. It's like the room begins moving backwards.
Oh, I
receding
recognize
from
why
your
he said
touch
it's
as
trains.
More and more space
Oh,
is
I see
created
what it
between
is.
you and it, despite the confines of the room
Oh,
not
jeez.
quite changing. You just feel distant and distant and distant, and when you finally reach out at your full extent, the effect ends and you have it in your hand.
He immediately experiences vertigo and falls onto the table. The fuck?
As spectators, how do we experience this?
Yeah, how does that look to them?
You see the room extend backwards, like getting longer and longer, like more of it is just being created and filtering out. The table gets longer and longer. The space between them just gets farther and further, and then you blink and then it's back to normal.
Oh god, it's Sam Raimi magic.
I'm just imagining the monkey at one end of the table just steadily disappearing to the vanishing point of the back of the room.
Imaginations are rampant during the session.
All right. This is a hell of a lot of information. Thanks for at least being forthcoming with it. How many people like you, like us, I guess, are in Norfolk?
It has more than a few mages around, I think, because it is a center of power.
You're telling me there's a seat of magical power in fucking Norfolk?
You know, Samson, there is the headquarters of NATO in the North American continent right next door. And you're surprised that the organization, whose main foundation is terrestrial power, may have some seat of might there?
You're making it sound like the military itself is small pickings compared to them.
Oh, please don't be so gauche. There's not enough of us to be able to snap our fingers and take over the world or some such. No, the Technocratic Union, it should be mentioned, is not in control of every government, every facility, everything on the planet. But they very frequently co-opt, advise, and manipulate these systems of power to their own ends.
Mm-hmm.
When we leave here, now armed with this information, are they going to immediately be coming for us? And if that's the case, what do we do?
That's an excellent question. The Technocratic Union is no doubt attempting to investigate what exactly is going on with their recent awakenings. But I also have it on good authority that events in the Great Dismal Swamp have led them to counteract very quickly a security breach of some sort. It may be your aliens build. Now, as for you, though, it is true that once you leave here, any who can spy magic will at least investigate the points in which you awakened, and should they do it with any seriousness, finding you in your homes should be relatively trivial. To that end, I would open my own home to you all. Unfortunately, it too has recently been attacked by a different force. Not the Technocratic Union, but another combatant in the Ascension War.
Whom?
Yeah, about that. You want to enlighten me to who the hell summoned the meat beast in your basement?
I would love to give you the individual identity. If I knew it, I assure you, this individual would no longer exist. But they call themselves the Nefandi.
Oh.
Have you heard yourself tale of dark magic?
Pause.
Corrupted.
Pause to 52:34. Okay, explain your reaction, please.
Okay. I refer to this one gentleman named Cosmic Void. He's another reactor of everything Bruva Alpha Boza, and even proposes wild theories that actually have come to pass.
Okay.
In our future reactions, we're going to react to his content later on, but I'll read the second half of his comment where he says, I gotta say, I love how the Defendi are presented here. Read the lore, and they kind of just come across as edgy nihilists, but this has given him an otherworldly, almost Lovecraftian vibe, which fits how they're described, but isn't conveyed super well in the stuff I've seen about them. God, I love this live play. And for the further comments in that section, my mother's boyfriend tends to say, it is the tone that makes the music. I feel like that expression applies to your experience of the Defendi between Norfolk Wizard Game and the other World of Darkness's lore that came under your studying eyes. I mean, they've probably been exposed to an aspect of the worm. Them having Lovecraftian vibe around only makes sense. Someone goes, actually, there's various sects of the Defendi. Each have a different approach, outlook, and method of falling. One branch, Malfins, is specific to the worm. They tend to work with Pentex, but not all of them. While the Infernalists have pacts with demons, and Earthbound that tend to be more quote-unquote civilized. The Kalishi, I forgot how to spell it, are closer to your Lovecraft-flavored occultists that worship the beings of outer darkness, and are the original sect created by the first Nefandi, the Unnamed. Smaller sects exist, such as the Mammonites, Heralds of the Basilisk, Iron Hands, and the Goat Kids / Dancers of Baphomet, and Obliviates. When you also add the paradigm, how and why they underwent the call, if they are barbarous, ways of a convention / tradition / crap before the call, or Widerslant, the mage is a host of an avatar that previously went through the call before finding his current mage. It can radically flavor them into something more diverse. So, in summary, dangerous foes.
Fun. All right.
But they put it more aptly than I could within the limited time frame we have, so I give credit to them for saving me half the effort.
Indeed. Shall we proceed?
I shouldn't steal the credit of somebody else.
You're not stealing the credit. You name the person who commented it, and yeah.
So impromptu free super chats. Great.
Woohoo!
Feel free to resume.
3, 2, 1, play.
Souls of power forbidden, lest it taint the mind, the body, the soul.
Yeah, it's pretty typical horror movie fare. Your, Necronomicon kind of shit.
It exists.
Oh. Was Evil Dead a documentary?
Evil Dead was not a documentary, but Nefandi exist. This is no laughing matter.
Okay.
Nefandi are those of us who have forsaken the path of ascension. And hear me well, for if you hear nothing else, you must hear this. They are the one foe that even the traditions join hands with the technocracy to face. They are perilous. They are devils. They are vile without mention. And should they get their hands on you, you should take your own life before joining them.
Ugh.
So severe will be the cost to your soul. Nefandi are mages who no longer believe in ascension, they believe in dissension. Their goal, if you could call it that, would be nonetheless the complete and abject torment of every soul on earth in perpetuity, including themselves. They have been faced against their darkest reflection, the aspects of themselves that bring them revulsion and vileness. They have faced this dark reflection, and they have knelt before it and called it God. They are, and I say this without candor, the most vile, pestilential, awful breed of thing to exist on this earth. They are the ones that attacked us.
It's like they became their own evil twin. I'm getting that.
In a manner of speaking. The less known about the precise nature of the Nefandi, the better. But you must always be watchful. They will attempt to lead you to their centers of power, a place they call a call. And once inside, they will subject you to horrors beyond your comprehension. And should you fall, no matter the man you were before, no matter your moral values, no matter who you are, you will be possessed of this ultimate evil, and it will dominate you. The only cure is destruction of the soul.
Emergency expenses?
Add.
Apply for a line of credit. If approved, receive funds
38
as soon as the
seconds.
same business day.
Definitely monsters, to say the least. Almost makes you think of how Supernatural portrays how demons are created.
Oh, that's another subject entirely that we've covered ever so lightly.
Really?
That's part of that's part of the dangers that the Pentex is courting. You saw how they grabbed that glowy lantern in that one episode prior.
Bunkers.
Pause at 5503.
$5504.
Ready to resume.
3, 2, 1, play.
But no, Nefandi can be quite nefarious. The wisest among them can disguise themselves as otherwise reputable members of the community, only to reveal their true colors when they have you in their clutches. That said, very rarely
Like
will you
Zeminchi.
encounter one. But they too spy the awakened signatures. It is more than likely that they too will be curious as to if you are amenable to them.
Well, one way or the other, perhaps our more immediate concern is the technocracy, because once they're finished with whatever was bothering them, they're going to come for us next.
Exactly. To that end, I can arrange lodgings. It won't be with me, but it will be with someone who owes me a considerable debt. This lodging, I would insist, all of you attend to. As for your families, I can offer them what protection I may, but it is best that you remain separate from them.
Can they stay where they are?
Probably. I will do what I can, again, to ensure that the worst does not befall them. I will warn all of you, though, that you are now living a new life. And very rarely can a mage live in both the mortal world and the mystic world.
Try to stop me. Way too much cool shit in the mortal world, even if there is all this stupid magic.
Well, I wish you abject luck, Samson. And I would at last offer all of you a final boon. Samson, I have begun this process a long time ago. And it seems as if you and I are going to remain at some form of impasse. But nevertheless, it is my duty as a scion of the Order of Hermes to offer you an apprenticeship within the House Flambeau. Do you accept?
You know what? Sure. Guess I got as far as I can with basketball. I'll see where I can go with this.
Most excellent. I'll begin your official instruction within the coming weeks. I need to make sure that what occurred at my compound does not occur again. As for the rest of you, I am more than happy to see to your own instruction, should you be interested. However, I am not willing to take on 4 apprentices at the same time. If you seek instruction with the Order of Hermes, I will happily lead you to other masters.
I actually got a quick question for you, Marvolo.
Of course. What can I help you with?
I was talking to Winnie about all the nonsense that happened, right? You know, I got to check out the basement, got to see the funny meat creature and the fucking mess it made, and she kind of sent me out this way, specifically your shop, Patty. He points at Parker. Yeah, sorry, I was tricking you. I didn't want a bottle.
You're lost. They're nice bottles.
Yeah, I was supposed to be like waiting for you to show up because we're looking for. What was his name? Cyrus? Carlisle?
Yes, about that. We did have, on the same day that my compound was attacked, a fair-weather friend, an ally, went missing. Someone by the name of Cyrus Carling. Last I heard, Parker, they were going to your shop. Do you have any idea what happened to them, old sport?
Uh-oh.
I am so glad I have the poker face merit right now.
Just the internal screaming. His face is completely passive.
Oh, yeah. Like, my father said that we were going to have someone come in. He came in, but he left pretty quickly. We didn't quite have what he was looking for.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to ask you to roll me manipulation.
Let's roll.
Okay.
And poker face. Let's see what that does for you.
Poker face.
-2 difficulty on your subterfuge roll.
Fuck yes.
So difficulty 6 becomes difficulty 4.
All right, 5d10. That's 4 manipulation and 1 to subterfuge.
1 success. He takes a look at you. Did he mention what object he was looking for?
He said he was looking for a particular grandfather clock. It hadn't come in yet, but it arrived shortly after.
Interesting. I would very much like to see this clock. He stands up, the door opens back. It's the front of the antique store. He gestures you all to abscond with
that's
him
gonna
as he very
get
briskly walks forward.
complicated.
Samson takes the last slug of water and places the glass back down on the table before heading out. He's actually going to start dribbling his ball this time.
All right, so Parker, you watch as everyone very quickly enters out into your antique store.
Please be careful. The shop has already been smashed once today.
I got you. Got good control.
Parker, if you could show me where the grandfather clock is.
Of course. Parker, perfect poker face, leads Marvolo into the back, and he mentions to everyone else, feel free to stay out front here if you'd like. Please peruse the wares. I'll give you all a discount.
Have you got any, like, taxidermied animals? Like, vintage taxidermy? I've been looking everywhere.
Oh my god, we can't get them off our hands.
How many?
How many?
We'll talk about it when we get back.
Samson's gonna follow Marvolo as well, since he got put on this little assignment as well.
Oh, Bill, are you and the monkey coming?
Yeah, Bill is just like, at this point he's probably drank 2 glasses worth of Crown Royal. And he's just...
Roll me stamina.
Absolutely.
Please, Botch.
Oh, I hope so. Oh,
Nice.
You're good. Don't even bother popping it. You're good. Fuck, you're good. You know what your liquor.
It's booze. Okay, that's fine. Cool. So at this point, Bill is just muttering to himself, "Hell is real, space is fake. My friends are all dead, and I've got a talking monkey, and the New World Order is going to kill me."
Yeah, monkey's just holding your hand, like shaking his head.
Paused at 101:39.
that was the first half of Cosmic Void's comment in the video. He says, "Hell is real, space is fake, all my friends are dead, I got a talking monkey, and a new world order is gonna kill me." Believe it or not, Bill, that's honestly a tame day for a mage.
I don't doubt.
Yep, it is a tamed day. Agreed.
In that case, Mosley, you would make a good candidate with all the shit you went through.
Oh, we could definitely have a good.
You don't say.
We could if we could get a hold of the rule books, sure, it would probably work good for piecing in a. Well, since World of Darkness is pretty much a big old jigsaw puzzle that you can organize any way you want, we could, for the actual play, we could actually integrate Mage the Ascension into it.
Possibly. But it all hinges upon us being neighbors.
They're still doing it over Discord, and then the most artistic of us doing the artwork for the visuals.
But we got to also have visual proof of our efforts not being hacks.
Well, yeah, I'd have a few. I'd have a few ways of doing that one, including putting on putting on correct screens to show things like dice rolls and such.
That's something I saw on TikTok once. Someone basically got a handheld sphere, and they literally spin the dice, and wherever the dice lands in front of them is the number.
Nice. I've also seen baseball-sized 1 to 100 sided dice, and it's like, wow.
Indeed, the 100-sided dice does exist, just so you know, folks.
Mm-hmm. But
ought to be a pain to make.
That's
press
an
play in
understatement.
3, 2, 1.
I'd like
like
what
good neighbor,
everything you
State
say as you watch sport.
Hell is real.
Even
space
inebriated.
is fake.
As Parker is leading the three of them down, he takes a wide but non-suspicious berth around the bottomless crate that houses prized concrete statue. The grandfather clock is still uncovered.
It'll take like a few moments too long, but realizing she has been left alone in the front of the shop after being told the New World Order's after her ass, Sybil's gonna put her after the rest of the crew.
do you have,
Probably with like a taxidermied raccoon under one arm.
Yeah, roll me 1d4.
Alright, 1d4.
Yeah, that's
two.
You have two taxidermied animals. Figure out which ones they are.
Alright, I'm gonna have a raccoon under one arm, and then like, what's the biggest kind of spider?
Oh god, a Goliath bird-eating spider. There's probably
Alright.
one at that time.
Yeah.
Or a huntsman.
Yeah, like a giant huntsman spider, like stuffed huntsman spider.
I know for a fact that sometimes arachnids like that will be placed in like clear polymer domes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, I don't know if you can taxidermy a spider, but maybe you can. I don't fucking know.
I don't think you can taxidermy them, but like basically
You can't taxidermy a spider.
You take the spider, you splay it out, and then you pour
like resin.
you pour the plastic. Yeah,
You can do
clear
it with a
resin over it.
tarantula. They're sufficiently large.
don't-
Isn't the huntsman spider like localized mostly? Not localized, but like in like the Australia, just like in Australia. I thought that was a big thing.
Yeah, aren't they like actually harmless?
Yeah,
Well,
mostly ought to be familiar with the
huntsman's
camel spider.
They'll still,
Huntsman's
their
semi-
venom could kill you, but it's not like Sydney funnel-webs. Those will kill you within like hours.
Yeah.
Wait, how
Yeah,
did we get
imagine
here
the
again?
personal shits and giggles he'll
Texas
have when he
bugs
pulls
are
out
fucking
a
awesome,
taxidermy
that's why.
camel
Hunting
spider and
spiders
mess with his
will
fellow
often,
veterans.
unless they're a particularly aggressive species, like the boner spider, the banana
Trust
spider.
me, that's
the
already
one
happened.
that
The
gives you
boner
boners so you
spider?
die.
God.
That most hunting spiders like that, because their eyesight is so good, they're not very likely to accidentally attack you or bite you. That's why sometimes you see a little jumping, like people will have jumping spiders on their arms and they won't bite, they're just buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, jumping spiders are great. They're just super docile.
Funny.
Anyway,
That
sorry,
and they're also
I'm,
intelligent. than
No,
all the
you're
other
good.
species.
I'm doing the thing.
Oh no, I welcome the spider sunblock.
Oh my god, you're fucking the thing?
So, Marvella walks up to the clock. He begins moving his finger throughout his curly mustache. And you said it was this clock, my boy, that he was looking for?
We had it ordered special for him.
Interesting. Did he ever mention why he wanted it?
No, he was cagey.
Interesting. I suppose that's in order. Maybe in time we'll find some use for it, or he'll reappear and he may purchase it again.
Would it not be a problem if some, perhaps, less than kind people came and discovered it?
Would you like it moved into your new abode?
That sounds prudent. This clock has something to do with my awakening.
Indeed. Well then, I think that it's a natural fit. We'll speak to the landlord, but I can't imagine they'll have much of a problem with it.
Landlord?
Well, yes. The abode that I'll be sending you to will be under the protection of another mage of the Nine Traditions.
Alright. Shit. Are we gonna have people to help us move? I have a lot of shit.
I'm certain we'll figure something out. Parker, I want you to go ahead and make me a very quick perception awareness.
I am very glad that I put points into that.
5 successes, very good. You notice something, and it's so minute. The box, it's slightly askew from when you last left it. Like it'd been jostled by something.
Uh-oh.
Would it be alright if I got a few affairs in order before the move happened?
Oh, of course. Do you need to get some of your things together down here?
Yes, please. And I'd also like a chance to talk with my father. I'm here because he's old and he needs help tending to the shop, and so I'd like to get things in order in that way.
Absolutely. Do the rest of you need similar accommodations?
Ain't got much, but I have to go talk with E before I go. My cousin, and I guess my mother, whatever the fuck. I don't have a whole lot.
Are we gonna be allowed to kind of leave the place freely? I've got a whole studio to tend to.
I can't imagine that you'll be under house arrest. It's not becoming of mages to never be allowed to leave. The important thing is that your trail from the awakening is given time to go cold. I'd be careful with your appearances. I wouldn't recommend dallying about your usual haunts.
Damn it, I've got shows coming up. How else am I gonna pay rent? How much does this new place cost?
I assure you, we will negotiate these things with the landlord, and you won't be divorced from your normal life for too long. In fact, I wouldn't imagine that'd be too much of an issue to coordinate with your fellows.
Listen, you've never met Pablo. The guy would be inconsolable if I just went cold for a week.
I'll have a vehicle come out to meet you later on in the evening. Whenabouts did you say it'd be a decent enough time?
Give me 3-4 hours?
Fine by me.
What about the, I've got the RV. I can't exactly hide that many places.
I'll make sure your RV is tended to well enough. I can have it protected, assuming that it's not already been compromised. Sybil, were there any considerations for you?
Probably need to get my computer and the contents of my current apartment. Do you got like a magic box that I can put all my crap in? I've got a lot of knickknacks, a lot of little things.
Magic is not a thing to be used so casually. Quite frankly, the displays I've already expended towards you all, that is sufficient enough for me for the day.
Oh, are you out of MP?
No, it doesn't work like that. As I've said, when you cast magic that is vulgar, there is a substantial paradox backlash, and the other evening I was involved in a life-or-death battle against a horde of gibbering undead.
Oh, that sounds a little paradoxical. I'll figure it out.
Very good. I'll certainly see you all off. Let's head on.
In the beginning,
And another ad.
we had to make a choice.
35 seconds.
But what we didn't realize
Epic coincidence.
was how far we were willing to go.
So while we ignore the commercial, I'll read from Giuseppe Granata 7067. Guys, the monkey isn't a virtual adept. The chimp is a master of correspondence. This can explain his ability to pull a deagle out of thin air and how they enter the virtual world.
Nature's candy just got candy.
Exactly.
So I cast gun as correspondence. Hot damn spell indexing is a pain sometimes.
And Marvolo
Paused at 108.49.
108.49.
Woohoo! Alright,
Two minds take a like.
3, 2, 1, play.
will lead you outside to the front. An old-fashioned black Rolls Royce pulls up.
Oh, this is why we don't have to pay rent.
The doors quickly open for all of you. I assume you three and the monkey will be entering?
Yeah.
Yep. Very good.
How
In
would the
which
monkey
case, we'll
fit in
go
that
to
thing?
Parker, back down in the
Probably
cellar.
sit in Bill's lap.
The moment that he hears the front door shut, he turns his attention to the box. For a moment, Parker is going to consider. He places his hand upon the box, and much as he sensed the spirit the first time when inspecting the clock, he is going to sense for a spirit underneath the box again, almost afraid to look underneath it. Definitely afraid to look underneath it.
Go ahead and roll me Arate.
9.
You search for a soul beneath the box. You find none.
Immediately, he is going to pull the box up.
You look, and where once there was a statue literally taped and tapered to the ground by the stone itself, there is nothing. There is a disruption of the rock of the cellar, as if some large part of it just snapped off and disappeared. It looks like a pothole you might see on the road, where there once was Cyrus Carling. There now is not.
Parker turns on his heel and runs up the stairs, calling, "Dad!"
Yes, what is it? I heard some...
Parker runs up to him and immediately, grabs his shoulders and says, "Did you see anything? Did you see anyone come or go today?"
Well, I heard some sort of commotion downstairs, but when I came down, everything seemed fine.
Anything else?
There was a customer that was pacing about, seemed to be waiting to be helped. I assumed you were in the bathroom or some such, so I tended to them. They bought a little sphinx.
Okay. Sorry, Dad. Today's been a bit odd.
Yeah, what do you mean, Parker? You're acting quite strange, I must note.
I'll explain later, Dad. However, Dad?
Yes?
I need you to trust me. I'm going to be gone for a week. Some very concerning but potentially exciting things have happened. I can't explain all of them right now, but things are going to be okay.
Son, you always have my trust. But what is it? Why can't you tell me?
I'll hopefully be able to tell you soon. Just for now, if anyone asks where I am, just tell them that I am gone. That you aren't sure where I went.
What will I tell your mother?
I mean, you guys were fine when I was gone to college. This is like that.
You see, exciting opportunity. Very well, Parker. You know, if you're in any sort of trouble, you can always reach out. We'll always be able to help you.
As a father, you can relate to this, Red.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful, son. I'm excited for you, but you worry me at this, but you've always done right by us. We'll trust you.
Will you guys be okay while I'm gone?
Think nothing of it. A week, we can handle that. I mean, what if you were in the hospital and you broke your leg? We'd have to do the same thing. Trust me, we're fine.
Okay. I'll miss your eggs.
Well, they'll be waiting for you, so don't be too long. You've got a week before I get worried and
interject myself.
Okay.
I
If
wonder
things
why.
get that bad, I'll be glad to have you interject. I need to pack.
Of course, son. Of course.
And some people will be by soon. They'll just be taking out the grandfather clock that we weren't able to sell the other day.
Oh, did you find a buyer? Is it going into storage?
In a sense.
Cut back to the mouse pad. Bill, you and Sybil have been let out right in front. You can see that the juggalos are still at it. They are having the time of their life. You fucking forgot about this?
The Dark Carnival does not end.
It's 6:30, you idiots! And these young little kids are having the LAN party of their dreams.
Oh my god, the Juggalos?
They're still going?
What
You know-
the fuck is happening here?
It's the Dark Carnival, brother.
Why do you have them on your property?
Well, it's not technically my property. We more just rent the back room for my art studio. Well, we can go around back without needing to interface.
As you say that, a hatchet just into the glass to the other side, and then you see a 12-year-old in full clown makeup grab it before running back into the darkness.
Who gave that child a hatchet? Is that real?
Do you vet these people?
Pause.
Like I said, I do not own.
Paused at 15:02.
A meme immediately comes to mind. Mother, what do you got? A knife. No!
Here's Johnny.
Instead of a door, it's a window this time.
Exactly.
Do you think your potential LARPing daughter would have such tendencies?
We shall see.
You say that with a smug of pride in your voice.
We shall see what will happen. I know she's excited to try it out when she's old enough.
Press and play.
3, 2, 1.
The place, the owner of the mouse pad, just kind of rented the back out to us.
Speaking of the back.
Yep.
Yeah, let's, Bill will move up to the side of the building, but he's going to be super tactical about it. Once he gets close to it, he's going to put his back to it, peek around the corner. He's going to look around the side of the building, try not to expose too much of himself, just to see if there's anybody waiting in the alley.
Go ahead and make a perception alertness. 3
Oh,
successes.
dear.
Uh-oh.
You're on the lookout for anything lying in wait, and you don't see anyone until, just with a glance, you notice a shape on the roof that quickly stoops down as you approach.
Bill will quickly duck back around the corner.
What? What happened?
There's somebody up above. There's somebody on the roof.
Did you get a look at them?
No, I didn't. They knew that I was looking at them because as soon as I laid eyes on them, they ducked out of sight.
Perception alertness for everybody?
Sure. 3, I think.
Great. Okay. You guys are doing just fine. You all are able to hear this. There's a sound like someone going, and then running on the other side of the mouse pad.
Samson is going to immediately sprint after them.
Samson's running after them. What are you two doing?
I'm gonna follow very quickly, just in case that's one of my weird artist friends about to get a basketball to the nose.
Yeah. Everybody, why don't you go ahead and roll me Dex Athletics?
Do I have to?
You must.
Alright, I'm assuming difficulty 7 because I have no athletics.
Yes.
Joy.
2 successes, I guess.
Woo! All
Right.
right.
2 10s.
Adrenaline.
You sprint out, Samson, but our good friend Bill is naturally this paranoid. He and the monkey that is now strapped to his back are just running forward, having already anticipated this. Sybil, you're keeping astoundingly good pace, though of course you're exerting yourself far more. And you guys turn the corner and you're able to see a guy in a denim jacket wearing jeans running a little bit distant. But if you guys kept up the chase, you might be able to catch up to him. Sybil, you see that it is not one of your freaks.
Okay, paused at 17:25. Okay, what did you say?
You don't run in jeans, you in. The most restrictive clothing meant for aesthetics and also comfortability, but in athleticism, that is stuff that only Chuck Norris can use in his Walker Texas Ranger show.
I beg your
The crotch
pardon.
is reinforced, right?
I've run pretty well in jeans. Thank you very much. Although these days,
I'm saying that with the common civilian body spec, mostly. You're a different breed.
yeah. And when it
You wear 80 pounds of equipment and armor in contrast to those individuals, and you call yourself lesser than that? These guys are mice in comparison to you.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm pretty not huge.
Well, not to borrow old military lingo, you may not be as lean, you may not be as mean, but you're sure as hell ain't a Marine.
I mean,
yeah.
Besides, jeans don't breathe. Cotton and other fabrics do. It would allow for sprinting to actually be sprinting.
yeah, that's why I like khakis. And khakis all day.
Don't tell me you got the grass-stained sneakers.
That only happens if you happen to run on that terrain. Jump for the mud puddles.
Luckily, these days when it comes to when I do sprinting kind of stuff, I'm usually wearing my kilt. Because that's part of my LARPing garb. So
in that case, you got no restrictions. except for your boots.
exactly. Yeah.
Yep, yeah, that is true. I wear boxers. So,
Women, avert your eyes.
let them in, Braveheart.
Dad read, or if you want to gather their attention, just put a BBL underneath that kilt.
oh dear Lord, no. I wouldn't have emotional damage. I have emotional. that sounded better in my head.
To quote a individual by the name of Dracula Flo, an old military veteran who reads out loud dank internet memes, he just goes, she got a BBL and she took that shit up because she couldn't run.
Why some of them stay? Hey, get over here! Oh wait a minute. Oh.
Okay, Scorpion.
Well, then again, Mosley or Red, you're probably the kind of man who would also pat your significant other in the back. She like, and stop patting me like I'm one of your homeboys. And then you decided to smack down below, and probably just go,
Your soul is mine.
you didn't see the imagery. I was sniffing the hand.
No, the classical term, be careful what you wish for. In most cases, you ain't walking out of that room.
Shall we resume court then, now that I got that out the air?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, it's not one of my freaks. All right, I'm gonna just kind of try to keep pace with everyone. I'm not particularly athletic, but I still like to see where this goes.
Let's all make a Dex Athletics.
Oh, joy.
Success.
One success. I'm gonna burn a willpower for a second success.
Oh, no.
All right, there we go.
We don't pop on pops, right?
Well, you do. Hold on a second. What matters is not that you got more successes than God. You just had to be one success.
Oh, good.
Samson and Sybil, you are rushing forward. Sybil, you're lagging behind a little bit, and you're running about on par. Samson, you have basketball as your favorite sport, and you are running faster than Chris Lightning. Before you know it, you're right up to him, and if you wanted to, you could fucking grab him.
I will happily lunge out and tackle this motherfucker.
Roll me strength athletics. Oh shit. You grab onto him, but he's just a little bit too slippery for you. You grab onto the back of his jean jacket, you rip it off, and as you do, he just bursts forward, trying to get away from you, and you're able to see that the palms of his hand hands, part of his arms have this strange, discolored blue to them.
Hey, get back here, you punk!
Runs straight into traffic, and I'm going to roll something really quick for him.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and he is able to clear the traffic without being hit by any of the oncoming cars. He's on the other side of the street.
What'd I tell you?
Are you guys going to keep up the pursuit?
Samson is mercifully insensate to pain. He's rolling for it.
Okay, what about you guys?
I'm
Oh,
mostly gonna
boy.
let Samson do the athletic stuff, but I want to at least stay nearby in case things get ugly.
You're gonna go to the crosswalk.
Yeah.
Speaker.
Yeah.
2 lanes or 4 lanes of traffic?
4 lanes of traffic.
I have a monkey on my back.
joy.
I have momentum. Got a little meat under this pudgy exterior. With my newfound friend, I want to send him across the street in a combination move where he jumps off my hands and I pitch him.
You're going to fastball special, you're monkey.
That's really funny. And
Pause at 1943.
I'm at 1940. Okay, allow me to be a little bit scientific here, as we partially push beyond the 2-hour point. Any and all athletes never, ever want to wrestle with a chimpanzee. Even though they're only 90 or so pounds, that is pure meat, not fat. And their skeletal structure gives them a higher advantage than the regular average human. Odds are, I'm going to call it and say the monkey is the one that tackles the fleer.
Oh. I'm not
This
gonna.
is the nature kid back when I was 12 yelling at my ear.
Oh man. I'm not gonna bet against you on that one. I could see it, truthfully. Then again, when I was a kid, I was a big dino nerd. I would have been the one person to be like, Jurassic Park had the wrong size of Velociraptor.
I hate to break it to you, but here's a hot take. Dinosaurs don't exist. They're just rearranged skeletal parts of giants that are long dead.
Actually, they're dragons, but either way.
Press and play.
3, 2, 1.
this would be a great way to lose your familiar. Let's do it.
I would like to burn a willpower because I have deceptive strength and I want to juice this.
Okay, I'm gonna say, give me strength. What would be a good skill to throw a monkey? I would say athletics.
Monkeys are heavy.
But he's working with me. We coordinate on these moves. You must understand.
You chuck your monkey with 3 successes, which sounds like a horrible euphemism for something. Samson, you're rushing through the 4 lanes of traffic?
If there's a car ahead of him, he's gonna jump onto the top of it and then spring off that as best he can to avoid being hit.
Calm your tits, Jason
So I
Bourne.
can try to tilt that as basketball.
Maybe.
Jason
We'll
Bourne
see.
versus
Go
the Flying
ahead
Monkey.
And make me Dex Athletics difficulty 8.
Before I roll it, there we go. 1 willpower down. I'll take 1 success. And I got 2.
You rush forward, you're able to use your momentum to get through differing lanes of traffic. He, shockingly, rolled better than you. So you are not quite up to him, but you're just behind him. You're able to see him. It's at this point, the monkey is pitched forward over the traffic. And I would love for you, Hulky Bill, to make a grapple check with the monkey against this man. Strength athletics.
Strength athletics. For the monkey or for myself?
For the monkey.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay. You watch Samson as this guy is running forward. He's sweating. He's looking around. And all of a sudden there's as this enormous shape, this shadow encompasses over the scene. And you see an ape crash down on this guy, smash him into the dirt. He picks up his head and smashes it against the concrete. And I'm gonna roll just really quick. Our gentleman here is going to go ahead and take, 4 points of bludgeoning damage, which I will now have him try to soak. He is able to soak 2 points of it.
This man's out here rolling shit tons of 10s. The fuck you running for?
Other people in the street are starting to turn and look at you. One person drops their bag and starts running off. People are looking around saying,
It's okay. It's performance art. This is a performance.
Oh, joy.
You're shouting this from across the 4 lanes of traffic.
Well, we did just leave my weird art studio. We're not exactly famous, but we are definitely here, and I would like to essentially just try to assuage everybody's fears and pump it up with a bit of
subterfuge, please.
coming at you live from across the 4-lane road.
This is rather difficult to believe, so I'm gonna say difficulty 7.
Could I instead convince you of, oh god, is performance not in mage? Ah! Performance is not in mage.
Wrong game.
If you have, fame, I would accept fame.
I have fame 1.
If you'd like to use fame 1, this is right by your studio. I'll actually, normally I would have you roll that as its own separate thing. In this case, I will allow you to add it as 1 additional dice. And I'll reduce your difficulty back to, actually, no, you're not going to get an additional dice, but I'll bump your difficulty down to difficulty 6. Because you're famous in this area, if nowhere else.
Alright, I do not have subterfuge, so that probably bumps it right back up to
No,
7.
you're. I'll put you at 6 flat because I'm such a nice guy.
Oh, joy.
You're so kind, so niceies. If it's possible, I would like to likewise, as I do have a mind affinity, I would like to use Arate to perhaps add dice or reduce my difficulty further.
How would you do that?
Mostly through voice and vocalizations are one of my instruments, so just sort of trying to reach out in a tone that makes me believable and trustworthy, one that resonates with the frequency of the minds in this area.
Well, you've got some experience working crowds, so sure,
Exactly.
I'll allow you to roll Arate and reduce your difficulty further.
Yeah, I'll drop a point of quintessence on this.
So difficulty 5 now. You're less impressing upon others and more finding your own confidence,
Reducing
finding
down
the tenor
7 towards
and
5. That
the way
takes
in which you
negotiating
speak to attract a
skill.
crowd.
Yeah.
And in that case, I'm going to drop a willpower on this manipulation roll because I don't have a ton of dice in there.
Makes sense.
Right.
Have you ever heard
And I
of
got a
1-800
52-second
junk?
ad.
Yeah, the junk removal company.
Oh.
All you have to do is point.
Oh,
So how are you liking
jeez.
the shenanigans that only belongs
Emergency
to
loans
tabletop
up to
games?
$5,000.
I got this to say big
Credit
time right
flash.
here.
Does acne
Let me
make you
say it
feel
like
like you have
this.
to hide your true self? Digital proactive.
Jason Bourne versus the Flying Monkeys. Oh, great! It's the Bourne trilogy mixed with Wizard of Oz. Oh, great!
No, just rephrase that as the Wizard of Bourne.
That works.
Pause at 1:24:28.
There.
Should we call it good here?
I'm waiting for a good stopping point.
Well, you get one.
All right, 124.29.
We'll run out of the 30 and call it good.
All right, 130. All right, that'll work good. All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
One
Well, that would be one success.
One success. And you also stop yourself from botching thanks to all of your effort. So that was a good call, spending all those resources.
Yeah, wow.
You begin speaking, and the people in the crowd don't really seem to fully believe you at first, but then you find the tone that you need.
Oh, I think I saw one of these shows. I think I noticed
Yes.
one. Yeah.
This piece is entitled The Flight of Man.
Get me the hell out of here! They're gonna kill me! They're gonna kill me! They're gonna
Yay!
Wow, he's so good! And someone hands you a $5 bill.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I pocket that immediately.
All right, so you have this guy restrained. There's an ape on the back. There's a basketball player behind the ape. There's a man on the floor. There's $5 in your pocket. Bill is there somehow. What's the plan?
Bill teleport.
And also, Bill was there.
Can I try to intimidate this fellow at all?
Such things are possible. I would never stop you.
He's going to tower over him, and he's going to make sure that he sees him, because remember, Samson is quite tall. Stop squirming.
Go ahead and roll then appearance intimidation.
Appearance intimidation.
Yeah, you're not really using your words. You're more trying to use your physical presence.
Oh, great. That's not very good.
Shut up! You don't understand anything! You're a moron! You think you can boss me around? You think you can kill me? I'd like to see you try, idiot!
If it weren't for the appearance,
Okay,
I would
I'm
have
gonna throw my
confused this guy
basketball at
as
him.
Gilbert
You
Gottfried.
hit him in the head.
Look, necessarily here to kill you. Unless, of course, you were here to kill us or disappear us, then we might be persuaded to act more rashly.
You have to understand why we would be kind of freaked out if you jumped off the roof of my place and started sprinting into traffic.
Yeah, sure.
Come on.
I'm sure this is all a big misunderstanding. Let's go get this ape off of me, huh? All right, and then we'll go.
Well,
I don't know if we can trust him to be without a monkey on his back.
you promise to explain what's going on if we get the monkey off your back, yeah?
Yeah, get this ape off of me, and we'll go.
Unintended.
Perception empathy.
Yeah, sure.
Empathy.
My affinity is sensing motive, so let's hope I get some 10s. That's just one success. Ugh.
One success. You look this guy in the eyes, and there's something wrong with him. This guy is looking at you with a sort of animalistic intensity. There's like a weird yellowed tint to his glare. You don't know if you could trust this guy to play straight with you.
Sorry. I think you're lying. Bill, Samson, can you, grab his arms or something?
Of course.
You freaks. I'll fucking kill you. You don't know what's coming. You don't know what's coming.
Oh my god, shut up.
Presumably, you guys are able to drag him to behind the strip mall. The crowd's just, wow, that's great. I really believe that guy he's good. I like
Thank you.
Where did you get the money? You guys get him back behind the strip mall.
Okay, pause. 127.47. I think we found our good stopping point for this.
Alrighty.
Yep. I'll have to make a note. I've lost my sticky notes, so I'm going to find a notepad to write it down, but... Whew. Yeah, this one's full of such... That was such...
First me, I measure in fractions, and we got about a good 3/4 covered tonight.
Yeah, which means the next time we do this, we can jump into Chapter 3 a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah. And the number of times of us laughing our asses off tonight. Oh yeah. Such fun. But yeah. Next one during the next fantasy gaming week. This will be so much fun. Yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream tonight, enjoyed the content we were reacting to. Seriously, go to their channel, subscribe, and check out their content. It is priceless. If you want to hit that like, hit that follow, subscribe, comment, give it, even if you want us to have, if you've got videos you want us to check out, comment them in the down below. Hopefully we can avoid more problems like we did with our TFS 3 through 8 reactions we did last time. Hopefully we can avoid that. Let's see. Yeah.
Well, I've advised that you would basically obscure at least 7/8 of the actual footage and just show the subtitles only, and we would simply react to that like most other reactors would on the app. That way they could bypass the legal restrictions.
Yeah, especially since it was visuals that it was all barking on. Either way. If you got a Facebook, follow us on there. We're working on trying to get us to where we can start streaming on there as well. Go ahead and click on the link to our Discord so you can hang out with us, keep up to date on what's going on with the channel. If you got if you want to also consider financially supporting the channel, consider becoming a patron on our Patreon. Even a single $1 a month will go a long way to help us with bringing out the really good content. Jeez, ultimately, those facial expressions are going to make it hard to keep a straight face. Look forward to seeing you guys next time. Tomorrow night is our Elden Ring stream, and we might have Kitten Paws going and streaming alongside us, so who knows?
Gulp.
Could be a bit of fun. And don't worry, we're not carrying her from the beginning. She's already made her way decently through. But then again, that's a relative term. Look forward to seeing you guys then, and always remember, Ambula Tecum Domini. Ad Victorium.
Dormiamos, Pax Mobiscum.
Good night, you beautiful bastards.
And hopefully you don't get tackled
Well,
by...
the calls be beautiful bitches, so don't restrain yourself.
And hopefully y'all don't get tackled by any flying monkeys. Good night, everybody.